The Tech Disruptors podcast is brought to you by the Average Dad Tech Store and Stellar Data Recovery.
My left video just went viral.
Sound the alarm, roll out the red carpet. You can call me the winner or don't even try to call it. Against all odds, I bullseye every target, but they should have seen us coming. Don't they know what they started? Oh, this what I'm on when I'm in my zone. I can't do no wrong. We gon' need to make room on the throne for a brand new champion, brand new champion, a brand new champion, brand new champion, brand new champion, brand new champion, a brand new champion.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tech Disruptors podcast. My name is Darren, and this lovely gentleman next to me is...
This is Jason.
And we're back at our regular time. Last week we were a little bit later in the day, but now we're back at our regular time, 4 p.m. Eastern. It's actually good because the Blue Jays are playing tonight, and after they shit the bed the last game, it would be nice for them to, change the narrative a little bit.
I kind of bragged to you a little bit. The Guardians were going to go all the way in.
Yeah, that didn't happen. No, listen, for everybody in Toronto and that's listening, you would know that the last game on Friday night was an absolute heartbreaker. They were up 3-2 until like the 7th inning, and then it was like grand slam, home run from the Seattle, and we just went down like hard. So,
well, sports are interesting in Cleveland, Ohio, because they have the Cleveland Browns who aren't doing very good. They just won today, but they played another. So they're 1-6, I think, the Cleveland Browns. The Miami Dolphins are 1-6. So I dubbed it the Toilet Bowl.
Yes.
And the victor were the Cleveland Browns, I believe. But yeah, I mean, Ohio sports are rough, except for the Ohio State Buckeyes, who are undefeated. But I know most of the world doesn't understand college sports. So
I mean, it's cool. I mean, baseball right now is a big deal in Toronto because we don't have anything else. The other Maple Leafs have shit the bed.
Well, you have the Raptors too, and basketball is coming up here.
They're okay.
Yeah.
But again, Blue Jays hopefully trying to change the narrative tonight. That'd be good. Don't make me come down there. I'll come down there, team. All right.
Quick question.
Yes.
I understand the Maple Leafs, Canada,
Yes.
Yeah. Are there a lot of Blue Jays in Canada?
We actually do have a lot of Blue Jays in Canada.
That's what I kind of assumed.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a lot of Raptors then too?
Yeah. Well, they just run around the street. So, I mean, that's just what it is. I out of all the sports teams, because I forget what our soccer team's called, but out of all the teams, it's that good I've forgotten the name. They're called the Toronto FC, so that's just football club.
Well, we have the Columbus Crew, who I think a year ago or two they won the Major League Soccer.
Pretty good. Toronto's soccer team just decided we're going to call ourselves a football club and be done with it, and they didn't need a fancy name.
It's just interesting because Blue Jays have what are the Browns? What is a Brown? A turd? I mean,
that's what I thought it was.
I don't know what a brown is. It's just the Cleveland.
Legitimately, I thought that's what it was like, but I mean, I don't know. I think it's just named after. Is it a uniform brown? I don't know that much about it.
They do have brown uniforms. They also have white and brown and orange. Right. So I don't know. It's a weird whatever.
Well, anyway, I always say it's time for one of Toronto's teams to break the curse, because every time a Toronto sports team makes it into the finals, inevitably they shit the bed. So we're hoping that touch wood. Today's the day. Turn it around.
I think the term is knock on wood. You don't want to touch wood. That's a different connotation.
Oh, I was touching myself there.
Either way, Canadians don't believe in superstitions, right? Well, you just have good luck all the time.
No, exactly. I personally don't believe in superstition. I don't know if the rest of the country does, but especially here in Toronto right now, people are, crossing their fingers and toes and hoping for the best. So that game's coming up later on tonight.
Who are they playing again?
Seattle Mariners.
Okay. I don't think anybody's going to stop the Dodgers anyways. I really don't think anybody can stop them.
I said this to my wife the other day. I'm like, even if Toronto's baseball team does get to the big game,
the World Series,
the World Series, then
it's still cool. It's still a big accomplishment, but
it is.
The Dodgers have so much money. It's like no one can touch them.
Yeah.
That's why college sports are so interesting here in the U.S. They have name, image, likeness now. So schools are paying college students to play, and that's why Ohio State, Michigan, Alabama, these big schools have so much money that they can have these big teams. But anyways, we should probably get on
man.
It is Techtober. We need to talk about a little bit of.
We should talk about the tech. Okay, so we're going to jump right into it today, and I'm going to start with a little bit of nightmare fuel for our listeners. So, Unitree, who we've talked a little bit about on this show before, has released a new video. You may remember we talked about their G1 robot about a month ago, and how it was going to become publicly accessible to buy. You may remember we talked about how you could buy this for your home and it was available to buy.
Right.
So they've just released this video, and I'm just going to tell you what it's called. It's called the Kung Fu Kid. And I want to show you a little bit of this clip here, Jason, because I think all right, so just for those of you who are listening.
That's not real, is it?
That is a real robot.
It looks like CGI. Like it looks like a computer-generated image in a real background.
They got the Wi-Fi router in the corner, so you know it's real in that freeze frame there. But
I hope it's Wi-Fi 7, by the way.
It better be, yeah. So for those of you who are listening, I just played a little YouTube clip here of the Kung Fu Kid. It's the Unitree G1 robot. And in the video, this very impressive Android lifelike robot is literally doing front and back flips and landing each shot. And if I just hit play here, Jason will be able to see this. It's pulling some kung fu moves like kicks, punches, throws, And
it looks like this is kind of like showing off its dexterity, because this is probably a program thing. Because if I went up to that and started fighting, I don't know if it would react. I mean, no one would really know unless the people working on it. But it does show some, like, compared to the what's the Tesla Optimus or whatever, this thing looks so much more nimble.
It's very fluid. So it's what surprises me. And I understand why Jason said it kind of looks a little bit like AI, but it's not. So this is legitimately an uploaded video.
Well, you know why? Maybe the other reason why is because how often do you see robots doing kung fu?
Well, I mean, yeah, I know.
I don't see.
I'll just say this. Can I just point this out? Out of all the robots that we've seen, I feel like this is the nicest looking one.
Yeah, and it's the most. I mean, I wouldn't say it's probably the best robot, but it looks really nimble. It looks like it's very well. It's got a good. It's a field of movement or freedom of movement or whatever, however they call it. But I mean, were you bullied in high school? Were you ever bullied in school at all?
Of course I was.
Could you imagine families buying this for their kids? Bullied, and they walk around school with this big robot walking next to them. Oh,
well, so
awesome.
the G1 is a robot you can buy right now. It starts at $16,000.
Honestly, I think Tesla was talking about they're starting at $20,000 to $30,000.
Yeah. So I mean, for me, like that, like here's their website that you can see on their website there. So it starts at price from $16K.
Yeah. So I wonder what it's like a car. You can add things to it.
Yeah, well, I mean, they call it the Humanoid Agent A1 Avatar, which is just a crazy description for a robot. Yeah, I don't even know what that means, but it has continuous OTA software upgrades and updates.
Well, I'd hope so for $16,000, but I have some upgrades for it.
So anyway,
how many years of OS updates and security do you get?
I don't think it actually
is it 7 years like Google and Samsung, or?
I mean, I have no idea.
Does it come with Gemini Advanced? I'm totally kidding.
I mean, look, we've looked at this G1 before, and we've seen a lot of videos on this channel about the G1. It is definitely interesting.
It is.
Here is a little snapshot on their website of some of its features, because I know Jason was asking about this last time. So, 3-finger force-controlled dexterous hand, 35-kilogram weight, about 100. So
it's got 3 fingers only.
Yes.
That's not bad.
Still pretty good. 130 centimeters, so that's probably just over 5 feet.
Okay.
In height, so not crazy. But 2-hour battery life, which isn't great. But granted, you're seeing some pretty cool shit in that video there of it backflipping and kicking people in the imaginary head. 3D LiDAR and depth camera. That's pretty cool.
So I just looked up. It says weight is 35 kilograms. Kilograms heavy. It's actually about 77 pounds,
which is not bad.
That's light. I would imagine this would be a lot. So I don't know, 5 feet. it's got to be a little bit shorter. I don't know. Either way, interesting.
Well, yeah, and I mean, I always look at it this way. I mean, in the world of robotics, there are people that are going to be interested in purchasing robots of this kind of nature.
Sure.
But so I want to just kind of pivot into something else that is probably a little bit scarier. I know that Unitary G1 robot ass kicking and karate kicking around the room is cool and all.
Well,
but
I'll be honest. So we exchanged our run sheets, and I don't know what happened to mine. It said episode 29, so something got screwed up, and I lost half the articles. But I'm hoping this article you show is the one I had on my original run sheet.
I think it might be.
Okay.
So let me pull this up. Let me ask you from the beginning here before we start this. What two forms of technology widely available in the world today? So let's say one of those is robot, like the G1.
Okay.
What would you not want to blend that with? What other technology would you not think is a great idea to kind of make these robots stronger? I'll give you a clue. It's a piece of readily purchasable consumer technology. Maybe like maxed up though, like, put on steroids.
Now you threw me for a loop. I have no idea.
He doesn't know. Okay.
What kind of tech would you not want a robot to be paired with, or
yes,
guns? I don't know. Weapons.
Okay, so not a bad guess, and I understand why you would say that, but I'm gonna point this. So this is the M4 from a company called Robot Synergy. This is from Caltech. So the Center for Autonomous Systems and Technologies, CAST, as it's also known,
aka Skynet,
aka Skynet. But I want to show you this video, and I saw this and went, "This is not a good idea. This is not a good idea at all."
Oh, I did not see this video. No.
Yeah. So what you're seeing here, for those of you who are listening at home, this is one of their Caltech's, very similar to the Unitary robot, humanoid robot-esque thing, paired with probably one of the largest drones you're ever going to see in your life. But I want to show you what it does.
I'm pretty sure at the weight of this, it's going to have to be read through with the
And the humanoid is very good at walking indoors and in buildings. So it first leaves Gates Thomas.
I love the people
walks
sitting
to the
there
library.
I know.
Gets to an elevated area, the launching pad on the other side of the library. And then at this point, we can now separate the team. And so the M4 takes off of the humanoid, switches to driving mode, and then starts to head towards its goal. Okay. Now, when it's driving there, it realizes there's a pond in the way. You can't drive over the pond, so you transform to flight mode and head over the pond in flight mode.
That's just crazy to me.
Okay. I'm confused.
Okay.
So the robot doesn't make any sense. It can barely walk. It's not much like that. Unitary is so much better. But yeah. I don't understand the idea of, hey, we're going to have a robot walk down some hallways where people are drinking coffee and ignoring it like it's not there. Then go outside and bend over so the drone can fly off. I don't understand what's the robot for. They could buy just the fact that drone can be a car and a drone is cool enough.
Well, I think the premise here is that the robot is a launch point, and like if you think about like applications outside of, say, like in this university here,
right?
Like walking into like a war zone.
Yeah, but that robot it'll hopefully be better by that time. But that robot could get pushed over by like a rock.
Oh, by a breeze of wind. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
At least the way it was walking, it looked like that. But this is cool right here. That is a really cool concept for a drone.
Yeah, so for those of you who are listening to us, so basically the typical drone which flies can transform into a vehicle by bringing its wings down and turning it into wheels, if you can imagine that. And that allows it to be both mobile and flying abilities. Now, I could see this working in some contexts. Like, let's just give an example. Like, a war-torn country, they don't want to send troops in, so they send the robot into a launch point. They launched the drone for surveillance. It drives its way back to the robot. Pretty inconspicuous. Can't really see it all that much.
And that does make sense because drones' battery life are notoriously not near. What the hell is it doing?
I was trying to get upstairs. It's a terrible robot.
That
They
robot.
need the Unitary.
It barely.
Yeah.
But I
The
think
Unitary one's better.
yeah, the battery life of a drone probably isn't as good as that robot. So maybe it's a charge thing too.
Could
And
be,
I understand that, but
So anyway, I saw this and went, in what reality do we need this to happen where, it's bending over to launch a drone? I mean, cool.
I mean, in what reality,
concept.
at least here in the near present time, would you be drinking a coffee at a shop and see a robot with the drone walk by and not look at it, just ignore it? You're at Starbucks and one of these things walks by. Oh,
so
boy.
again, I know we talk a lot about robotics, and I have got one more for you, which I will get to in just a second. But I'll just throw this out there. I think the whole robotics debate is pretty interesting right now because one of the things that you and I, Jason, always argue about is that it's very easy to tell when a robot doesn't look like a robot. And we always talk about the giveaways. So what is it? What is, Jason? Let's see how well you know our podcast here. What is the one part of these humanoid faces that gives away that it's not a real human?
This is the article, I think,
Yes.
okay, I know you're going, I think it's just the entire face itself. It doesn't look real. And now that I know I think I know what you're going to pull up. I don't want to spoil it. But yeah, I mean, the face is the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the teeth. Like you could just tell in the movement, but close up, and if this is the video you're going to show, it's getting to the point now where it's like,
it's pretty cool.
It's cool, but it might also be like a little scary for individuals who don't appreciate this kind of technology.
So I'm gonna pull up this clip. Hang on 1 second, and it just crashed on me. Of course, it's not macking me. I promise you, not yet. Anyway, so
I didn't even say anything.
You were thinking it though. I can see.
I was.
So, a Chinese robot company has released what they call the ELF EV1. Now, basically, what Jason was alluding to there is that normally with these robots that have a human appearance, the eyes normally kind of give it away. It's a bit hard to it's easy to tell that it doesn't quite look natural, but this Chinese robot manufacturing company has created what they consider to be unprecedented realism and almost indistinguishable from a human. They're saying that this is one of the most accurate looking and feeling humanoid robots. So I'm going to play this here. I don't know what the sound is. I think it might be a news article, but
you might think you're looking at an animation or even a human being in makeup and costume.
Now, it will get closer.
From another angle, it's clear. It's a humanoid robot. Shanghai-based Aform Technology developed the ELF line. As you can see, its appearance is very expressive. The model features bionic skin, as well as eye and facial movements animated by micromotors. According to Headform, the ELF was created to act as a human companion, aiming to avoid the so-called uncanny valley effect, when robots or animations appear almost human. Uncanny or not is successful or not is up to you.
Okay, so I'm going to pause there for a second. I'm just going to pull up this little image.
This is the video I saw.
Yes. So this ELF EV1, for those of you who are maybe listening at home, or can listen to this the next day, it's really creepy seeing this face blink and its eyes move side to side and just generally kind of creepy. Like it doesn't look human, but it doesn't look robotic. It like realistically, it looks, I don't want to say as bad as human as you can make it. But just going back to this, like, and seeing the eyes, I don't know if Jason caught this. I'll just pull it back to this part here where the eyes are moving.
Mm-hmm.
Now it still looks like a robot. You can still see metal and stuff like that.
She's missing her neck.
Yeah. But so this company basically claims, we have done it. Now, I just want to point out one thing here, Jason. So you're this Chinese robot manufacturer.
Sure.
You're putting this, humanoid robot on display. do you have to have it so scantily clad dressed?
Well, does it have to be an elf with like weird ears? Why
Yeah,
can't it
weird
be
ears. Yeah.
I mean, I think goes back, and I'm not trying to make any stereotypes or anything, but anime, the mythical. Maybe that's just the company, the person who created it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think this is interesting because it shows that we're getting more and more advanced, and they're making these look more human-like. But there's still that element of this something's not adding up. But yeah, it's definitely. I think the video I saw was just the face, not on a body, and they were like pulling the nose up so you can kind of see. Like that's where you start noticing it's not real because there's no like, nose hairs inside the nose. And so like that. And that was really interesting to me. Yeah.
So speaking of robots, we're going to move away from robotics, but we're going to talk about a smartphone manufacturer that's using robotics in their devices. So this is a crazy article. And listen, smartphone manufacturers right now, I just want to, before I jump into this, I'm getting the feeling that we're starting to move the smartphone industry back to like circa 2000.
So
like early 2000s.
Kind of like Michael Fisher's videos when phones were cool.
Yeah. Like
before you go into this robot, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So we know that Apple and Samsung had released some ultra thin phones, as well as Motorola's coming out with one. What's the article? So we found out, and you could probably pull the article up. Samsung has axed the S25 Edge.
Killed it.
And well, I shouldn't say they axed it. They axed the S26 Edge. They're not going to make one because the S25 Edge bombed so hard. Correct?
Yes.
Here's the tail sign. Like right now on Amazon, you can get one of these brand new Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigabyte, 200 megapixel. I mean, I've had the phone twice now. Like a badass phone for $689 unlocked, brand new. You can't beat that. And then they have a case for like $6 that has the magnets, so you can use the MagSafe, and then a screen protector like that. So for about $700, you can get a screen protector, case, and a phone. But that was my sign that something wasn't adding up. But on the flip side, so we know that, well, the rumors are that Samsung's axing the Edge line. But on the flip side of that, Apple has also cut production of the Air.
Yes, I know.
So what did I say in the podcast? I do not believe that thin phones are what we want. Samsung decided to stick with the S26 Plus instead of this. I'm not sure I'm not saying the iPhone Air is done because they invested a lot of money. They may not cut it off right away, but it's going to be like more like maybe the mini series where they're going to run it for a few years and just let it run its course.
Yeah.
I don't think Edge, and this kind of leads into that robotic phone you were talking about. I mean, I think companies they're boring. Slab phones are boring, and folding phones are great, but they're too expensive. So they're trying these new techniques circa the mid 2000s or late 2000s when phones were experimenting with weird designs, and they all didn't work out. But at least they were trying. So again, I'm going to reiterate this. I had the Edge, and I'm still not 100% in with thin phones. I'm not. But it was definitely a valiant effort. It wasn't just they slapped some pieces together and made a slim phone. It was actually a really, really good phone. It's just not the answer. Yeah. So that's one I want to bring up before you read in, because this is kind of leading into these canceled production rates and canceled phones are leading to what you're bringing up about this camera phone company who's in. It's only a prototype, right?
Yeah. So listen, I will just before I jump into the article, just touching on what Jason said there. So I think we kind of saw the writing on the wall with the iPhone Air before it even came out. Yep. The S25 Edge, I mean, that wasn't even really received that well. Like, I mean, it had decent feedback, but it wasn't like people weren't rushing out to buy it. It wasn't selling off the shelves, and
you had a handful of people on social media saying, "Oh, it's the best thing." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever. You're just a shrill. I don't want to hear it."
Yeah. So anyway, long story short, these super thin phones are what I would consider to be kind of like the beginning stages of going back, 25 years to the early 2000s when phone manufacturers were going, we need something new.
Yep.
If you think about it, we've been using the same sandwiched glass slab phones now for what, 15 years,
Mhm.
20 years.
Oppo had the camera, the phone that would it was
flip-out
motorized.
camera.
It flipped. Yeah.
Yeah.
OnePlus did the pop out camera.
Yep.
Asus did a flip around camera. And I'm not saying that was the answer. That was more of a gimmick, but they were thinking outside the box.
You know what I want? And I tell you, I think this would be a hot seller. Bring back the Sidekick with modern day specs, a beautiful keyboard, thinner form factor. Give people what they want. They want phones that are a productivity tool as much as
I had 2 or 3 Sidekicks. Those were really what got me started in smartphones before they were really smartphones. Because it was one of the first ones that had like a web browser. But anyways, yeah, I don't know if that's the answer, but it'd be something different. But the problem is, companies don't want to invest the money to make something like that just to lose a bunch of money on it, you know?
Well, so I'll give you another example of something that also kind of makes me feel like this is happening again. There's been a whole resurgence with BlackBerry. You remember that company that brought BlackBerry back? And right now...
Well, what do you mean that company? What do you mean?
There was a Chinese company that took...
They actually took in BlackBerries themselves and upgraded them, right? Yeah, I don't think I saw some videos on that. That's not what I want. The Unihertz one's more my speed because they're actually phones made for today's days. Yeah. They have bigger... So the Unihertz just recently... Yeah, this company right here. Yeah, they're not terrible, but they're literally like old school Verizon, AT&T, Blackberries, and they're throwing. I don't know if they're upgrading the internals. I think they are a little bit, and then they're throwing in Android, and it's the form factor that's in isn't quite ready for it. So this isn't a new phone. They're taking old phones and repurposing them. The Unihertz Titan 2 and the Titan 1, the Titan Slim, those are from the ground up. And if you guys remember one of our podcasts a while back. Unihertz Titan 2 is their latest iteration. It was on Kickstarter. Kind of a wider screen kind of thing. I did back it. It should be coming. We're supposed to hear something next week. Nice. But yeah, that's something more because they're developing it. They have a couple years experience, but it's like made for Android. It's going to have upgraded cameras. I don't know. This is a cool concept, especially if you're remember the days of Crackberry? Yeah. I mean, then you're going to like this kind of stuff.
So the company that we're talking about that's kind of bringing things back, we'll say, hang on, I've just shit the bed. Oh, here we go. Is Honor. Mm-hmm. Now, Jason and I are big fans of Honor. You know, we've talked about the Honor Magic 5 Pro being one of our favorite phones of all time. They're kind of playing with form factor a little. So I'm going to show you what we're talking about here. So this is the Honor Robot phone. Now, this is I think, a tentative title. I don't know if this is exactly what they're calling it. It is a prototype concept. So basically, I'll show you, this is where it'll be housed. So in the back of the phone is the camera
Talk about a camera bump. Talk about a camera bump.
Yeah, for real, I know. But the back of the phone is a camera module. It kind of looks like a DJI, like what are you, the little, oh, sorry, no, not a DJI.
Yeah, DJI.
Yeah, DJI, Yep. So little flippable arm that comes from the back of the phone to the front.
They're gimbal cameras. Exactly what that is. Minus the part you hold is a phone.
To basically allow you to have your camera in whatever orientation, both facing forward, facing backward, and only really needing one camera. So like I would think, you know, we talked about this last week about how the iPhone Air would have been awesome if it had just a 1-inch sensor and one really good camera that could crop in 3 times. Hold on.
What do you mean? The iPhone Air had like 18 cameras in one.
Of course it did. Yeah. And Honor's going to have one really good one that'll probably outshine it 10 to 1.
The difference, Darren, though, between this and Apple is this is a prototype. They're just throwing it out there. They probably patent it. They're probably going to hold on to some of these for future reference. Apple actually released a phone with one camera lens and charged $1,000 for it. So, I mean...
Now, you know what this reminds me of? And you might remember this, the Essential phone. Do you remember the Essential phone had that little camera attachment? Also, gives me a little bit of Motorola vibes. You know how they had the attachments, the back, the speakers. So, you know, basically what you see, there we go. Jason has it right now. Let me pull you up on screen here. There we go. Hang on. Right there.
And if I can get the phone out, I'll show you a click together, but keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, the Honor phone that you see up on screen here, what basically this is a gimbal attachment, a gimbal style flip from the back that allows you to do amazing high quality selfies, but also take some really good photos by flipping it the other way around. And there's Jason right there with the, let me pull you up there. So that's exactly what it reminds me of. And in fact, it reminds me of that a lot.
Yeah, this was a cool concept. There was a but you're right. This gives me vibes of like the Moto, what do they call that? The Moto accessories with the snap-on, like projector and the zoom. And this was the same thing. This didn't get as popular. They only had this, and then they had the audio jack is all they released from Essential. But yeah.
Yeah. So Honor put out a little video, and I'll just pull this up so you guys can see. Oh, let me try that again. So here is their little promo video. And just a straight rip on the iPhone, ironically.
No way.
Yeah.
God, they make a beautiful phone, though.
They do. I'm just going to kill the music so we don't get copyrighted here. It's not a funny feeling that music's copyrighted. But anyway, what you're seeing here up on screen is their little promo video.
Is this for this is for the robot camera, right? Okay.
For the robot camera, yeah. Now, it looks like an iPhone, which makes me laugh. Like
or a Xiaomi 17.
Yeah. But it looks like they have other lenses there.
Yeah, they do.
About the single lens there.
So that's not a bad idea then, actually, if they can get it to work.
Like, look at that. Like, that's
so
impressive.
Is there a physical prototype or is this just a video?
I think there might be a physical prototype. I think
I'd love to get my hands on that.
Yeah, could you imagine? So
think about it. You're a content creator, or you're someone like us who does a live stream. You could plug that into your computer, and you could probably use that as a webcam as well.
So Honor is expected to present more information and possibly live hardware during MWC next spring. So it's
coming. Where's MWC held?
MWC, I think
is that Barcelona? No.
Barcelona, I mean, yeah, Spain. I think it's Spain somewhere. But apparently this prototype, this proof of concept was launched this week at the Honor Magic 8 Pro launch. It was shown, or this video was shown during that. So I don't know, man. I think it might actually come to a fruition. Like it could possibly be.
I had that little DJI camera and I didn't really have much use for it and it's by itself, but I think something like this would be more fun because it's not just a phone. It's not just a camera. It's a phone. You can play games on it. You have multiple lenses. I don't know.
And think about the capacity for this, like to be able to move that lens around and use it as a webcam, as a baby monitor, as an astrophotography.
Well, and a lot of those, like, it kind of looks like a combination of a DJI like handheld camera as also a drone camera. And they make ND filters you can snap onto that. I mean, you can get really creative with something like that. And you know how Apple, when they release their new phones, they put them in one of those big camera rigs and they shoot a movie with it. I mean, this is the epitome of something they could do with something like that. But again, alas, it's just a prototype. But it's still good that someone's thinking outside the box.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, we're talking of people who are thinking outside the box. I know Jason is a big fan of this company, Red Magic. Yeah, so Red Magic gaming phone coming out very, very soon. They're doing something a little different too this year. And we talked about this last week. So is the Red Magic 11 Pro is the first phone that actually has an active liquid cooling system. Now, what does that mean?
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a great idea. I mean, look at the design of that phone. Like that might be the phone design of the year. It looks brilliant.
Well, and it looks like a gaming phone, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, of course. I mean, the Red Magic phones are typically known for being, gaming phones.
Yeah, they're not. Well, here's the other thing I've heard about this phone. So in the past, Red Magic has made phones that are gaming centric, obviously, but they have like a cooling fan, and they have an entrance vent and an exit vent. So there's never been an IP68. Their new gaming tablet they released, the Astra, has a fan in it, but it's sealed.
Yeah.
So, which is interesting. So I'm guessing this is the same thing. They're going to seal it, but still have a fan in it, but liquid cooled.
Like liquid cooling. So I think it says here how it works. Again, there's another video.
Of course.
But I mean, look at that design there. Like it looks like water is moving through the back of the phone, which is not.
Now I'm going to assume in true Red Magic fashion, the videos and the phones that we see before they're released are not the base
exactly
models, like the $599, because they always start like $599, which is a steal of a deal. This is more like the $899 version, so it's going to have 24 gigabytes of RAM, probably 32. It's going to the biggest downfall of these phones are the cameras. They're just not made to take pictures. So, do you really want to plunk down $800-900?
Listen, if you were somebody that loves gaming and you wanted the best device and probably the best battery life with this cooling, this is the one to go for.
Yeah, think about it. You're a gamer and you love your Pixel 10 Pro XL, but it's just a dog when it comes to gaming.
Compared to this,
you could have bought the folding device, but you're still strapped with
the tensor.
You know, a shitty tensor. So you could buy I shouldn't say that. Google, I love you, but you could buy the Google Pixel for the cameras and the OS, and then Red Magic can come out for gaming. The other thing is, I don't know about their software updates. They've been kind of quiet about that.
Yeah, I mean, Red Magic's not known for. I mean, they kind of release one major phone a year, right? That's kind of their thing, or two major phones, an S series and like a main series. But to answer your question, and this was so, I don't think people realize what active liquid cooling means. There's actually liquid in your phone.
Kind of like when you have a desktop gaming PC that has liquid moving around in the tubes and stuff. That's exactly what this is. Yeah.
So apparently, Jason, they use a ceramic micro pump to push liquid through the phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds cool. Man, what if that breaks?
Oh, I mean, if you drop it, I'm sure it's contained.
It's a pump though. It's another thing that's moving that maybe shouldn't be. Like, you know, with the fan was one thing. It gets filled with dust from the outside air. How long is it going to last? I don't know. It's still a cool concept. It's a bragging right too, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there has been a bunch of videos online, and
well, where's Asus ROG? Where's their liquid cool phone? Is that coming?
Well, there
soon?
You go, right? So let me just show you what that looks like, because someone put a little hand
jumping off a cliff into some water. Oh
no, it's so this is. I don't think they even can show it. No, I'm sorry, that doesn't actually show it. So that graphic that you see on the back of the phone in this little video here, I'll just play it again.
Can you maximize it?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is. Let me go back. This graphics, I think that actually is the liquid cooling in effect. So that when the phone is being cooled down, that's the graphic, I guess.
And it looks like a Red Magic. Like the design really hasn't changed that much. And for those who don't know, Red Magic is a offshoot of Nubia.
Yes.
Who also makes phones. Now, these are Chinese-owned brands, but they are available in North America and the U.S. And funny enough, Darren's up in Canada, and I think
that's where they come from.
When I ordered my last few Red Magics, they've actually come from Canada. And I was hoping Darren would just grab them and just make them come faster, but I guess he can't do that. So.
I mean, I tried to get the geese to kind of like grab your package and fly a little faster, but unfortunately that didn't happen.
Well, let me jump into this. So we talked about Red Magic. So there is the Nubia version. Now, I know you guys may never heard of this company, and I don't want you to stop listening because you don't know the brand. What we're trying to provide to you guys is there's other companies out there making really good products, and don't sell them short. Is basically what I'm saying. So Nubia, I've had a couple of these phones too. I haven't been super impressed with them because even though the cameras are great, they're supposed to be great, they never seem to have that same sparkle that like Google does.
Yeah, otherwise,
So this is the Nubia Z80. Z80 Ultra, 35 millimeter, 18 millimeter, and 70 millimeter triple cameras. Now the big thing is they've upgraded some of their sensors, and I don't know if it shows in here. So obviously he's got some Chinese writing. This I think it's already been released, or this coming week it's going to be released in China first. So if you want to know, go to Nubia, type in Google, type in Nubia Z80, and you can go to the North American or wherever your region you're in, and you can get more information as this gets released. But they're like true fashion, like the Vivos and they do have a camera kit. I don't know if they're going to show it on here. I don't remember if this article talked about it. Just a bunch of photo samples.
Yeah.
No, I don't have it.
No,
but they're going to have a retro camera kit that makes it look like a retro point and shoot camera. Pretty cool device. These usually start anywhere between $650 to $900 depending on your RAM and storage. So check them out. Red Magic's already touting their new gaming, the 11S Pro or 11 Pro.
I've got an image here for you, Jace. Hang on one second.
I'll stop sharing here.
Yeah. So this is the photo kit, and man, what a photo kit! Look at that.
Doesn't that?
Like,
Oh, and when it's put together, it looks like a retro, like Kodak. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't know if the lenses are making much difference. I don't know what that lens actually does. And when I bought the Z60 or 70 last year, I only had it for a short period of time. They never, in East and North America, I could not get my hands on the photography kit.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's one of those things, right? Where it's like you're gonna find it, you're gonna get it, or you're not. It's just one of those unfortunate.
Well,
things,
according to this, the Nubia Z80 Ultra Z will be officially unveiled on October 22nd, and all those pictures I just showed you were just released over this weekend. So the 22nd is what next? Well, it's next week sometime, and then
now
usually about a month. They were okay. I mean, I think it depends on who you are. Like, I'm not a professional photographer by any means, so I think I'm not utilizing it to its best ability. I like to be able, like with the Pixel, just point and shoot. iPhone users are very similar, point and shoot. We both like the Vivo. And it's got a lot of professional aspects to it, but it's got a great point and shoot.
It's one of the best
post processing. Yeah, and then they've changed theirs. But we're going through all these phones, you guys, because it's Techtober.
Exactly.
I mean, October and November, God, all the way to almost February of next year, because Samsung gets in. It's going to be.
It's chaos. It's chaos. I told you last week I sold 2 kidneys, half of my liver, and 5 teeth.
Well, hold on. You did that not because of all these phones. You did it because you're going to get your hands on a new Vision Pro 2 from Apple.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Yeah, do you want to talk about the Vision Pro 2?
Can you believe that? Can you believe they released a second one? Like, so here's my idea on this. Now, if you guys haven't heard, Apple came out and released a new MacBook with an M5 chip and this with an M5, which is great. It's powerful. They didn't change anything about it. It's still got a battery. It's separate, all that stuff.
It's actually heavier too.
Well, here's my idea. I think they were already in production with this, so they had to release it because they spent so much. I think Apple's going to start focusing more on like a Meta Ray-Ban like display kind of thing, or VR glasses. Yeah. So you bought one of these, right?
Hold on.
I did. You haven't heard the price yet. You haven't heard the price. US $3,500 hasn't changed.
Wow.
Isn't it usually like? Remember the Fold? Remember the first Fold from Samsung? It was like $3,000 or $2,500. Then every year it's gotten a little bit cheaper. I don't think Apple understands how to. Well, I shouldn't say they don't. They do understand, but you think if this came back at $2,500, it'd be better.
Let's play a game.
In Canada?
Canadian price for the 256 gigabyte base version.
So the base model is $3,500, I would imagine. In US. I don't know.
Yep.
I'm going to say $4,800.
$4,999.
Nah,
$1 short of $5,000.
Jesus.
Like, oh my goodness. That's just insanity.
So are people
like, okay.
Hold on. You guys, for who you listening and fans, if you all want to throw in some money, we would.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, we could all ask all our fans and then just return it and keep the cash.
Our fans would not buy us anything.
No, that's true. I wonder if said person is going to do that again.
I don't know. I think this is the biggest crock of shit ever. Like, Apple comes out and they release the dull product before, and they make I'm sure the M5 is awesomely powerful, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it's great. Yeah.
But why would you keep it this?
I don't know.
In their defense, though, the new Samsung one that's coming out, the Mojave Project, whatever it's called, its battery pack is separate as well. Here's the determining factor: if they come out at $2,000, they might sell.
Yeah, they might kill
15.
Them. Yeah,
but if it's 3,000 plus, no one's buying it, especially from Google and Samsung, because they know that Google and Samsung are synonymous with like cutting their own products before they matured.
Well, Josh just said might have to sell a kidney soon and a few teeth to help. Yeah, I know. Man.
Well, maybe Joshua has some gold teeth too. He could really get some money. Gold's high now.
Yeah, sell the gold stuff. That's right, Josh. Now, the one thing I just wanted to touch on this, and I know I mentioned it. This thing, from what I remember, all reviewers saying is that it was insanely heavy, and this one is heavier.
Well, not just heavier. It was like they had beautiful visuals. But and you have to be invested in the Apple ecosystem for it to really work.
Yeah.
But people are basically watching Netflix on it.
Yeah, that's what I
for
would
$3,500.
Yeah.
That's why, like, if the Meta Quest did something like this and made it like they have, but like had some Office stuff like with Google linked in with it, I think they'd have a better bet because you're paying $400-$500 for a device that has pass through, that has, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. So someone, it's funny, there was an article that came out on Tech Radar, and I'll just pull it up here, and they're talking about how the Apple Vision Pro is the equivalent of a wearable MacBook, which I think is like really funny because for the money you're paying, you literally can get one of the best MacBooks, like specs, for the price of a Mac Vision Pro 2, which is insane to me. Like
so someone's so desperate to kiss Apple's ass that they're going to call this like a wearable MacBook. $3,500 for what?
Well, but I think basically what they're saying here is that with the M5, what's your priority here? Do you want to buy a great MacBook with the M5 chip for the same price? Or do you want to buy this fucking headset that you're going to use to watch YouTube?
Here's what I think. Okay, so we're all used to keyboards, mice, tablets, touchscreens. Yeah. I think Apple's going somewhere with this. They're eventually going to get away from maybe physical keyboards, physical phones, whatever. And I get that. You released the Vision Pro 1, but it bombed. Maybe you didn't really care because it was proof of concept. Maybe you were pissed it wasn't like the Meta Ray-Bans. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you came out with another one? Like, that's where I'm starting like, hey, take your lessons. Like, if the iPhone Air keeps coming out for the next 3 years and the sales keep plummeting, at some point, I mean, I guess if you're $1 trillion company, you have the...
Yeah.
Here's what I was told. Okay, so I met somebody recently who... may or may not have worked for Tesla. And they told me, so when a company invests lots of money in research to build a product, what do? They sink money into it. And if it tends to not going well, a lot of times they'll keep moving forward and they'll make changes. This person told me at Tesla, since Elon's got so much money, and I guess he's the biggest shareholder, if they're investing millions of dollars into something for one of their cars or whatever, and it doesn't work out, he just scraps the entire project and they start all over again.
Yeah.
So Apple can do that.
Bad thing. Yeah, they could.
You think it'd be a bad thing? I guess it's all how you look at it, but I'm just really surprised Apple would come out and do this again. Like I don't understand.
They didn't learn.
I'm not saying the hardware is terrible and the optics, but this Samsung Project Wuhan that's coming out is going to have better resolution. Maybe the processor won't be as good, but I don't really care. The Meta Quest is not near as powerful as the Pro, this Vision Pro, but it's still more useful to me than anything they've come out with.
Now, I don't know if you saw when Apple did their release this week, they created a promo video for the Apple Vision Pro 2. Do you remember the original promo video for Apple Vision Pro? I think we showed it on the podcast. Yeah. So look at the ridiculousness.
Make sure you mute it because they will copyright us. They'll probably copyright us anyways, but
yeah. So I'll show you the video here. Here it is. Hang on.
I know what it's going to be. I already knew you were going to do this.
Yeah. This is the most ridiculous Apple Vision Pro video promo I've ever seen.
And just like that, Darren's gone.
Is the video still playing at least?
It is.
Oh, okay.
So, this is actually a view from the Vision Pro. I mean, look how realistic that is. There's no green screens. There's nothing.
I know. I mean, for real. Like, that's actually, I haven't done that in a while. It felt good to do that.
Actually. I knew it was coming. I think I caught you the last time, and you pivoted pretty quickly.
Yeah, damn it. Anyway, let's talk about a little bit of a sad tech story here, because one of maybe the first ever companies in this space to do this has finally discontinued its final product. TiVo.
Yeah, I heard about this.
So TiVo, the original set-top box DVR recording device, started in the early 2000s, revolutionized TV in itself.
Oh, and TiVo was used in like sitcoms of the era. Like, hey, you TiVo it? The noises it made, like the clicking
noise. It became
noises.
an adjective.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and anyway, so TiVo has officially pulled the plug on its final DVR boxes. I didn't know they were still making them, to be honest with you, but apparently,
There's people out there still using DVR, but the problem is
Yeah.
I think TiVo has pivoted too, because I bought a couple of their streaming boxes that were like $30, and they were
Crap.
worth every $35. Yeah.
So anyway, TiVo has stopped selling its DVR boxes at the end of an era for television. And, again, Jason's not lying when he said that, TiVo, the word TiVo became an adjective. People used to say, oh, I'm just going to TiVo it, meaning that they were going to record their favorite live television show and watch it later and then that obviously was built into like set-top boxes for different TV networks. They started integrating that technology. But I think it's worth paying a little bit of respect to the company that started it all. I remember them being mentioned on shows like Sex and the City, like it being a plot point.
Well, and then they'd be like,
right?
who deleted all my recordings in TiVo? Like, what?
Yeah, like it's a plot point in TV shows, man. That's how popular this streaming DVR format was.
Did you ever? I've never owned a TiVo my entire life.
I never owned one. We didn't have it in Canada or the Australia either. So I mean, it's just one of those things. It's a very American thing to be doing.
Well, I must not be very American.
I know, right?
I never used one.
Can I, while we're still on Apple for a moment, can we just pull up something? There's 2 articles here that I want to just bring up really quick.
Now, just if you guys are listening, we do not hate Apple by any means.
We
both have owned multiple iPhones. It's just phones are boring in general. And if you're in the iOS camp, you don't have any choice. You have iPhone and that's all you have.
Now, listen, I want to bring this up. And this is our, as a tech podcast, I feel like it's our civil duty to bring up, issues that people are experiencing with their devices.
Oh, yep. I know what you're doing. Yep.
And okay, so I want to pull up this one. So right now, there's been a string of people who are saying that their iPhones are discoloring. Now, I don't know if you can see in this photo here. This is someone with the orange iPhone, which is starting to look more tangerine.
I've even heard pink.
Yeah, like in the camera bar here, if I can I zoom in? Will it let me zoom in? No. But on the right side here, if you're looking at the image on screen right now, that top camera bar has got more of a shade of pink than orange itself.
Yep.
And then if we scoot across to the blue one here, this is starting to get some weird dark spot ringing in some of the aluminum finish.
Is that from a case or from heat?
It looks like a heat thing to me, but I don't actually know.
I don't know. I know the Air has all their SoC up in the bar. Does the Pro and the Pro Max too?
Yeah,
that looks terrible. That color
look
looks...
at the discoloration.
You hated orange. That looks ugly, fugly. That is fugly.
Horrible. So in this photo, for people that are listening at home, the orange charging plate looks very orange, but the rest of the phone almost has like a pinkish red color to it, which is kind of an issue.
Do you remember the whole Scratchgate?
Yes.
So it comes out that, most people put cases on it, so it wasn't a big deal. But this, same thing. You put a case on it. I don't know. I didn't own mine long enough. I just was bored with it. Like I had it for like a week, and I'm like, this is the most boring phone I've ever used in my life. I don't know. It
is an issue that people are facing, and apparently,
especially if you bought your phone because you like that orange color.
Yeah, and there's a thread on Reddit if you want to check it out. We won't go into it too much here, but basically, a lot of people are saying that there's discoloration in the aluminum body, leaving only the glass part unaffected, of course, because glass doesn't like tan or calcify the aluminum. But anyway, so people are saying that issues with their color rays on the phone. Now, the other article, really quickly. And this was one that came out like today or yesterday, I believe. So Apple employees are apparently leaving in drones because Apple can't seem to get its AI Siri upgrade right.
So why are people leaving then? I don't get it.
So developers are saying, like, basically they're saying here that, that we're about 6 months from this public release of this new advanced AI that Google's
and it's not where it should be, it sounds like.
Yeah, and basically engineers that are testing the software already are basically saying we're in trouble here. They got a lot of concerns over the development of the AI. One of the senior members saying that they have strongly believe that a lot of the companies a lot of the engineers are going to just leave if it falls flat in the spring. And apparently that there are already some concerns over the new Siri and voice assistant performance. So this is kind of pretty concerning, right? And this is from Mark Gurman. Like, this is somebody who's
he's well known. So here's my thing.
Yeah,
I have Gemini, and it's very good. The assistant's gotten better. Gemini is being spread over everything. They are killing it. Like, everything has Gemini now, which hate it or love it. Do you think Apple users really give a shit?
I think they do now, because they've been told for the last year and a half that this is going to be something epic.
Yeah, but when Tim Cook says buy your grandma an iPhone, do you think grandma really cares about AI?
No, okay. And I think that's where the base models come in for that. But for the people who bought pro models, like, if you've already got the people in the company going, yeah, this is going to be a fuck show.
Right.
I would be very concerned.
Especially if you're an investor, stock wise, this is not a good look.
No,
the iPhone Air not selling well is not a good look. But I mean, companies take risks; they have to. But this has been the iPhone Air not hitting it. I could have predicted that. But this, you think, hey, we're taking it back. Even though we announced it, we pulled all our videos on Apple Intelligence off YouTube. Yeah. I think this is a concern. I mean, Gemini's got a stranglehold, ChatGPT, all these other. I'm surprised that Apple, like their maps, hasn't just purchased, like they did with TomTom, just purchase something and
just put it out there and see what happens. And,
yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, so this was... it's an article that came up about Apple. I mean, I know we don't shit on Apple, but
our engineers just left too, because Tech Disruptors intelligence it's really lacking, and a lot of our engineers have walked out the door. So it's been tough.
We're all AI now. This is all AI,
right? Because we're just not intelligent.
One last thing to wrap up here, Jason.
Sure.
Let's talk ChatGPT while we're talking about AI really quickly.
Okay.
Remember that other company? The one that Apple almost invested in and tried to convince to join the team? What would be the one thing that you wouldn't necessarily think to talk to a Chat GPT assistant about? What would be the one thing you wouldn't talk to it about?
Probably personally identifiable information, like they call it PII. Social security numbers, severe medical issues, stuff that you wouldn't tell.
Let me ask you a question. Would you ask it for sexual advice?
No. Well, it depends. It depends. Yeah.
I'm not talking about.
If you have a unit, if you have one of those new robots from Japan that's made for something like that.
Yeah. No, what I'm getting at is, so ChatGPT is about to do something that I don't think is a really good idea. And it's going to allow adults only, verified adults, to sext with ChatGPT's voice assistant. So for those of you...
Okay, there's a guy on YouTube. His name's Papa Meat. I'm not kidding. He's hilarious. He's kind of vulgar, but he covers these... And he has an episode of people falling in love with AI, and there are groups. Not kidding. There's groups on Facebook and Reddit and all these places where people have relationships with AI to the point. There's actually AI out there that's made for you to fall in love with.
Really?
It is just, you got to watch Papa Meat. I mean, he's a weird dude. He is hilarious, but this is exactly what just brought up to me.
Do you know what?
Because think about it. You're building a relationship with something. It's not really there. It's like getting catfished,
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny here about that is Papa Meat's my actual porn name. That's when I generated it.
Okay. I know this is a side thing. Papa Meat is actually, he's really funny.
I know him. I know of him.
A lot of these gamers do the powders, you mix with water. I'm trying to think of, I can't think of the name.
Drinks?
Yeah. Papa Meat has, I forget. I think it's called Gamer Subs. I think that's what the channel? Powder. Yeah. They have drinks and powders. His flavor. I don't know how raw meat.
Oh yeah.
And it says it tastes like a tropical fruit. I'm like, dude, you called it raw meat.
Raw meat, yeah.
But anyway. I'm not trying to promote his channel by any means because he can be vulgar. But if you're an adult, watch it. But this is what this brings up for me: people falling in love with AI.
So basically, what this so if you've used ChatGPT, you know they have or most of these AIs have a voice assistant,
Sure.
like Gemini, for example. So there's going to be an age verification rolling out in December for ChatGPT. So you have to verify your age, and what that's going to allow you to do is to send or say inappropriate things to the voice assistant, and it say inappropriate things back to you.
What?
Now,
Darren, okay.
Yeah.
Don't say it to me, but just think. Look, speaking to your microphone like you're talking to ChatGPT. What would you say?
Oh, I don't even know where to start. I mean,
Yeah, let's not go down that road.
Yeah,
but why?
So I you don't think I'm crazy.
You're like studying. I don't know what to say.
No, but you got to think I'm crazy. But I actually think this is a good idea, because the number one thing that people get affected by the most around the world is loneliness.
Okay,
and for something to be able to gratify you sexually using its voice, we'll say, might be the difference between someone who is less lonely and maybe lonely.
Okay, but loneliness and sexual gratification are two different things. You can have friends and it not be sexual. Like, hey, go to the movies, have a conversation.
A friend with benefit maybe is a better way to describe it.
Okay, so you're saying a big problem people are facing is not having romantic relationships or romantic contact with somebody.
Yes, and this might solve.
Isn't that called marriage?
Well, yeah, that's true. Okay, so you remember, and I'll bring this up again. You remember the movie Her? Scarlett Johansson is the voice assistant. And in that particular movie, she does this.
You're right. Yeah.
To him in the movie, and just self-gratification for both of them. So again, I don't think
back in the day they had the 1-900 numbers or whatever they were, sex talk workers. I mean, AI is just AI. How you doing? No, AI is just replacing jobs. And this is something I guess I could do. So I'm like, hey, baby. That sounds like someone's going to murder you.
Well, I mean, maybe that's what gets you off. I mean, sure.
Maybe something like this.
Well, I mean, that's maybe a bit too young.
That's a little more fetish.
Yeah, a bit more fetish. But anyway, so if you are feeling a little bit lonely and maybe you do want that kind of Scarlett Johansson, experience from the movie Her, check it out if you haven't seen that movie. ChatGPT might roll that out really soon, so stand by. But on that note,
and if you are feeling lonely and you want to have that romantic feeling, check in the Tech Disruptors every week. If you've missed any of them, go back and share, subscribe. Go back and check all the other episodes out. I'm trying to put some titles, like I put Vivo as king in this one. We didn't even talk about Vivo.
We mentioned them.
I did order the Vivo X300 Pro, so we'll have some more information on that as soon as it comes from China.
Yes. I'm very upset about that, but that's okay. I will wait. Jason has bought the Chinese version. I bought the global version. Well, I will buy the global version. We'll see how they kind of match up. But anyway, Jason's right. Check us out. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Good Pods, YouTube Music, if you are watching us or hearing us after the fact. And like and subscribe. And that's it, guys.